There are better ways to keep cool. Call KS Services and receive a new Bryant unit with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Stay cool now and pay later. Visit callks.com for more.
Here's your weather video for this Sunday, November the 29th. I'm meteorologist Bill Murray. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving holiday. If you're getting ready to head home today, it might be kind of wet if you're not starting out soon. Let's look at the radar this morning. Rain beginning to overspread southwestern Alabama, a little bit ahead of schedule, but a good bit of rain now over southern Mississippi, much of Louisiana now covered by rain, and there over southeast or to the southeast of southeastern Texas, you see a broad area of low pressure shown by the closed isobar there. That's our next weather maker. This system will move to the northeast tonight and intensify, and as it does, it will spread rain and some thunder across Alabama. This is the HRRR at noon today, showing the northward progression of that rain. By 5 p.m. today, most of the state of Alabama engulfed in rain, some thunder. We'll talk about the severe possibility in just a moment. By 8 p.m. tonight, you can begin to see some termination of the rain over southwestern Alabama, most of central Alabama well involved at that point. Rainfall amounts won't be especially heavy, probably around 1 inch for most areas. And then by what would be 3 a.m., the system is beginning to exit northeast Alabama, most of Alabama dry by then. The SPC, I think, has it nailed here. The only real possibility for severe weather is near that marine warm front, which will remain over southern Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. The low is going to track to near Meridian, up through Birmingham, and then on to the northeast as it accelerates away from the state. But the effective marine front will remain near the Florida-Alabama border. Places like Dothan, Gulf Shores, Dauphin Island may see severe weather, with a marginal risk along I-65 from Mobile to Greenville over to Troy. The rest of it's just in a general thunderstorm outlook. So you could hear some thunder, but no major weather expected for any of the rest of Alabama today. So I would expect that's probably a very accurate portrayal of what's going to happen. This is for around 9 p.m. tonight. The surface low is approaching Tuscaloosa and beginning to intensify. You'll see gusty winds starting. You got some gusty winds this morning, but you'll see some gusty winds starting this afternoon across much of central Alabama, averaging some 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to about 25 at times. So you'll feel those coming out of the southeast. And then as the low passes, you'll see them coming out of the northwest. And those gusty winds will be with us through much of the day tomorrow. Then the next story behind the rain and the wind and the severe weather possibility for South Alabama will be the temperatures. They're going to basically just fall off a cliff, topping out around 62 degrees here. This is off the National Blended Models at Birmingham, topping out around 62 degrees this afternoon, falling into the upper 50s tonight, and then as the front passes, just literally falling off a cliff till morning. Around sunrise, or mid-morning tomorrow, you'll see them in the lower 40s. They may make a slight comeback around noon, especially if we get any sunshine at all tomorrow. But then by afternoon, they just really start falling. And then we fall to our lows tomorrow night, probably in the middle 20s. But we'll look at what those lows would look like over the next 10 days. 62 the day's high today. They're probably upper 50s for North Alabama, middle and upper 60s in South Alabama, South Central and South Alabama. Tomorrow, though, most of those highs are going to be recorded around midnight, with that temporary retreat around, or I guess a temporary advance around noon. Starting off in the middle and upper 30s over North Alabama Monday morning. Probably, around 40, 42 in the I-59, I-20 corridor, and middle and upper 40s to the south. Then the really cold temperatures come Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. We'll see lower and middle 20s over North Alabama most mornings, so a widespread freeze. The National Weather Service in Mobile has even issued a freeze watch now for tonight. We won't get out of the 40s. Most locations North Alabama on Monday and probably Tuesday too. I think that's going to be fairly much a fact across the area. We'll warm back into the 50s on Wednesday as our next weather maker comes in. Then we'll temporarily fall back into the 40s on Saturday, and then we're just kind of stuck in these 50s doldrums, kind of a early December, chilly spell. What you would kind of expect. Now let's go for our model fans. Let's go day by day. This is tomorrow at 3 p.m. off the GFS, showing the strong cold advection, the upper pattern, cold heights indicated in blue here. And this precipitation, which is still falling over northeast Alabama, mostly cloudy skies, those cold temperatures, as we mentioned, the gusty winds, making for a raw, miserable day. And to add to that, any precipitation that falls could either be a few light sprinkles or even a few snow flurries over northeast Alabama. But to say those words that I always hated to hear as a kid, no accumulation expected. On to the northeast, that'll be a different story. Places along the Great Lakes and to the northeast, lots of rain and weather, but snow there in the areas of the lower thickness. By Tuesday, we begin to see some sunshine, partly cloudy skies, highs relegated to the 40s. The wind begins to die down a bit. Wednesday, high pressure still remains in charge, but things begin to change. To the west of us, you see the return flow of moisture into Louisiana and Arkansas. And by Thursday, we see increasing clouds, showers moving back into the area by afternoon into the overnight hours. That high pressure gives up its position begrudgingly, though, and spends most of the morning getting that front through here. On Friday, we could see rain for much of the morning hours, it looks like, on Friday, and your timing may vary between now and then, obviously, with clearing skies for Saturday, maybe a lingering sprinkle or even another snow flurry in northeast Alabama at that point, with colder temperatures, another raw day on Saturday. And then as we jet forward to the end of the forecast period to Monday the 14th of December, we see what's probably the second in a series of fronts moving through Alabama. There's probably one bookending this one on the 12th with more rain as it moves through very quickly. This fast-moving system brings probably another inch of rain. We might see 2 inches of rain out of that. A lot of Alabama is going to see probably 3 to 5 inches of rain over the next 16 days. And that won't be bad because we've been fairly dry. Well, that's your weather video for this 29th of November. Good to be back. James, I have 2 days tomorrow. Scott will be back next Saturday. Till I sit here next Sunday, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.
Never wait for hot water again with a tankless water heater from Plumbing Experts. Tankless water heaters are easy, convenient, and now more affordable with a no-interest financing for up to 18 months. Stop with the cold showers and wasted water and call Plumbing Experts today.